Hello 8th grade families, this is Mr. Winsek, the school counseling director at Glenbard West High School. In a moment, I'll speak to you about having a healthy overall transition to Glenbard West. But first I wanted to remind you to check your email, if you haven't already, for an enrollment email sent from Glenbard West School Counseling that has important information on the steps needed to complete your student's enrollment for freshman year. Within that email is all the information you need to pick classes for next year and the documents required to register for high school. If you haven't seen this email yet, make sure you check for an email from Glenbard West School Counseling that was sent the week after winter break with the subject, Glenbard West 8th grade enrollment, important information. If you can't find it in your inbox, make sure you check your spam folder. If you're still having trouble, you can contact one of our great school counseling administrative assistants listed in the description of this video. I've also included a generic, non-personalized version of the email for your reference. I know sometimes it feels like we're getting bombarded with electronic communications, so a reminder is always helpful. Now, regarding the transition to high school, most of you have done your research and know a rigorous, high-quality education will be received by your students through their 4 years at Glenbard West. So, while I will be discussing academics, it will be with a focus on more of the social-emotional components in transitioning to high school. I know many of you are nervous about your 8th grader becoming a high schooler. I've been through this process as a parent, and I can empathize with you. And I know you're probably asking yourself, how did this happen already? I realize I won't be able to get a visual of hands raised when I ask how many of you are a first-time high school parent, but I'm going to guess it's a considerable amount, like it is every year. At West, we understand a healthy social and emotional transition to high school is the most important focus. Throughout 8th grade family night and over the next few months, leading into the next 4 years, please try to focus on the present here and now, because it goes really fast. You'll blink and suddenly your child is a young adult, and we at Glenbard West have the privilege to prepare your young adult for their transition into adult independence in college. Now, whether this is your first child in high school or your fifth, we know each child has unique needs, even siblings from the same family, sometimes even more so than complete strangers. And even though we've successfully transitioned thousands of students into Hilltoppers over the years, just like your own children, we realize no two students are going to be exactly the same. Regarding the course recommendations you can find in your enrollment email, I think it's important to reassure you that no student is stuck with a specific recommendation. As the word implies, it is just that, a recommendation. These recommendations were made based on test scores and are considered the appropriate level course for your student within a subject when taken individually. Ultimately, it is you and your child who know their individual strengths and needs better than anyone. But please keep in mind that while your student may have the ability to be successful in one subject at a time, it is up to the family, in consultation with your counselor, to look at the rigor of the schedule holistically. Your child won't be taking only one class. They'll be taking 4 core classes, and potentially a world language, a music, and other graduation requirements. Every year, our freshmen receive 2 mini-level changes, mostly from the more rigorous honors down to regular college prep classes. Unfortunately, this is a strong example of students overextending themselves and losing sight of the balance in their lives. We need to work together to make sure your student is healthy, involved, successful, and happy. If it's a matter of concern that students are being challenged, just know that all 9th graders are challenged daily, no matter the classes they're taking. They're challenged in trying to learn how to use an iPad for reading books, taking notes, and turning in assignments, all while distractions associated with those devices are bombarding them. They're challenged in improving their executive functioning skills needed at the high school level. They're challenged figuring out their friend groups and meeting new people. And they're challenged to get involved in school. Also, they're challenged trying to figure out how to navigate our Hogwarts castle-like hallways. In addition to the suggestions sent home from counselors, here are some other important tips. If you're recommended for all honors classes and are asking about whether or not to take honors in a certain subject, then don't. Take the regular college prep classes in areas you don't have as strong an interest. They're still college prep classes. Pursue the most challenging courses that you can handle and your favorite subjects that you're most passionate about. If you aren't recommended for an honors class, maybe try one in your strongest area. Most importantly, prioritize total balance. It's all about balance. Make sure your child is able to live a healthy and happy life. Take into consideration the challenges I mentioned earlier in addition to other commitments like clubs, sports, volunteering, and helping out at home. The most important skill for success in high school is self-advocacy, the confidence to independently reach out to teachers, counselors, support staff, or administrators if there is something they need to be successful as a student in high school. To help with this, parents, we ask that you please let your student make some of the decisions. Please help us empower them to become great self-advocates. They may not be 100% correct, but it is okay to experience some adversity and develop some grit. We're here to support them along the way. And while nobody is perfect, one thing is certain. We all care about your child, and we all will do anything we can to support, guide, and empower them for success in high school and beyond. In closing, 8th grade family curriculum night is not a time to finalize course selections for freshman year. You will make an appointment to do that later in January as referenced in your enrollment email. Family night is meant for your student to take the opportunity to research all the different options available to them. Making sure that when they do make their final decisions, they are as well educated as possible by taking advantage of consulting with some of our high school educational experts at West. Ask some questions, learn what you can, be as informed as possible. We realize many of you have already been talking to each other and to others who have had children pass through West, and that's okay. Like our children, we all learn our own way. I just encourage you to accept this open invitation to research whatever it is you may have heard. Talk to our teachers and department chairs. We're here for you. After family curriculum night, the next step will be attending the appointment you schedule with your enrollment counselor on either the Saturday or Thursday, where you will review and finalize your child's courses for freshman year. If you haven't made an appointment yet, make sure you find the previously mentioned email with the step-by-step instructions. Also, there is no preference given to choosing classes on Saturday versus Thursday. We always wait until all courses are selected by all students before determining which courses will run next year. Like everything else at West, our schedule of courses is always based on the students' needs. After course selection meetings end, make sure to continue to take advantage of other opportunities available to you by continuing to monitor our website and other social media platforms for the most current updates and information. Thank you all for watching. West School Counselors look forward to seeing you soon. Go West!